Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. This is bringing you guys some Memento combos. So if you guys want to see the deck profile, it's going to be in the top right corner. Let's get started. So here is the one card combo using Memento Fairy Witch. So this is the very basic just to get the boss monster out here. You're going to use Fairy Witch, use its effect here to search out Tatsu, then you can bring out Tatsu, use its effect here in order to pop itself, and then you can pitch monsters equal to its level. So here we're going to pitch a Fairy Witch, a Goblin, and a Mace. Then we can use Fairy Witch as effect here in order to bring out the Goblin. Use Goblin's effect here to pitch out 2 cards. Then we can shuffle these 5 cards back into the deck in order to summon out our boss monster in the form of NEGATES Dragon. So it's just a very basic way of getting this monster out. One card combo. If you need to know just the fastest way to get it out, this is the fastest and easiest way. But let's go to the next combo. Alright guys, so the next combo I have for you is using Memento Fairy Witch and Memento Bone Cardi. So we're going to get started. We're going to normal summon Fairy Witch, use the effect to search out Mace. Then we're going to use Bone Party here to destroy the Mace in order to get our Tatsu. Then we can use Fairy Witch's effect here to destroy itself in order to bring back the bring out the Mace. Then we can use Mace's effect here, search ourselves out our mental spell. We can use Tatsu's effect here just the same way as we did before, but this time we're going to use his effect to get Goblin and Dark Blade into the grave. And because we did pop a mental monster, we can use the Nether Skull Temple in order to bring out one of those monsters back. So then we can bring out Dark Blade, use his effect here to destroy himself in order to get Memento Goblin. Pitch 2 more cards. So here's your chance to pitch a Memento Trap and the Memento Nether Skull Dragon, the actual boss monster of the deck. And here we can shuffle 5 cards back into the deck. And because with the field spell, if we have a mental trap, spell trap in the grave, we can actually set it here. So we're going to set that card. And now we can actually interact with our opponent during their turn. Because, if they actually try to activate a monster effect, we can use Cranium Burst here to reduce our monster's attack by 1,000 in order to negate each of their monster effects. But let's go to the next combo. Okay guys, so the third combo I have for you is using the field spell and Dark Blade. So we're going to activate our field spell, normal summon out Dark Blade, use the effect here to pop itself to get Fairy Witch. So here's what I was talking about in the deck profile, is that it's nice having Dark Blade in order to go into your Fairy Witch. So then we can search out our Tatsu, get Tatsu out, use Tatsu's effect here, fill up our grave, bring out our Mace. Then we can search out our Cranium Burst because of Mace. Then we can bring out Goblin using the Fairy Witch's effect to destroy itself. Then we can fill up our grave with, as we've done with the previous combo, get our Nether Skull Dragon and a Memento Trap. So this time I'm going to get the other trap just to change it up a little bit. Get it out here. And you can see how with different cards you're able to get different lines here. And here we have the Memento Cranium Burst and Memento Fracture Dance that we're actually able to use to interact with our opponent during their turn. So you can see it's a 2-card combo and it sets you up with 2 traps, and we have the most optimal version of those traps because we do have Nether Skull Dragon on the board. But let's go to the next combo. Alright guys, so with this combo I'm going to be using the field spell and Fairy Witch. So here we're going to activate the field spell, normal summon out our Fairy Witch, use the effect here to get Tatsu, Tatsu's effect will get it out, use the effect to pop itself. Then we can use the field spell's effect. So you can try to see that, what we usually do, there's a sort of line to it. We like using Fairy Witch to go into Tatsu. We like having the field spell when Tatsu is there because then we can actually activate his effect pretty easily. So then we're going to get ourselves the trap, get our Goblin, fill up our grave. So here we just filled it up with more names and it just makes it an easier way of getting out our boss monster here. And of course we have the Cranium Burst. So it's just the field spell, the Cranium Burst, and the Nether Skull Dragon, the 2-card combo that you're able to do, but it's a different line for going into it. So just another line for you guys to keep in mind in case you see those cards in your hand. But let's go to the next combo. All right, with this combo, we're using Tatsu and the field spell. So we can just summon out Tatsu because of the fact if you control no face-up monsters other than Memento monsters, you're able to get it out. And since we control no monsters, we can get this out pretty easily. Activate our field spell. Use Tatsu here, destroy itself, fill the grave up with the monsters we like usually going with. It's Fairy Witch, Mace, and Goblin. And you can see that the right side of that is that you're filling up your grave with a bunch of names. So it makes it easier when you actually want to summon out another Skull Dragon here. Now we bring out our Fairy Witch, use the effect here to search out Mace. Then we can bring out our Goblin, use Goblin's effect here to pitch 2 cards. So we just want to pitch another name and then the Nether Skull Dragon. get out Mace, use the effect here, search out a trap. So we're going to get our Memento Cranium Burst. Then we can bring out our boss monster. And pretty easy, same thing as we've done before, but it's just a different line for doing it. But let's go to the next combo. Okay guys, so the final combo that I have for you is using Tatsu and Mace. So here we're going to normal summon out our Mace, then because we normal summoned out, or because we have a monster that's Memento, we can get out our Tatsu. We can use Mace's effect here to destroy itself in order to get the field spell. Activate our field spell. And you can see go to, we like doing that, we just like setting the Tatsu with the field spell. Then we can fill up our grave with a bunch of Memento names here. Then we're going to use the field spell, bring out our Fairy Witch, use the effect here in order to search out another copy of Mace. Then we can bring out our Goblin once again. So you can see that's usually how you're going to want to set up your board. It's pretty simple by going into your Fairy Witch, getting the Tatsu, getting yourself the Mace or the Goblin, filling up the grave with a bunch of Memento monsters. Makes it very simple to go into the Nether Dragon. And it's just a powerful boss monster that's easy to get out. And you do have a form of interaction in the form of Memento Mace. So if your opponent's using a monster that you want to take, you're able to discard, take that monster, which is going to be really annoying and upsetting for your opponent to have to deal with that. And of course, you have the boss monster in the form of Nether Dragon. You can build on to this if you have a way to get out the trap card. Then you can actually have some negates on to build onto this. With a Nether Dragon here, you're actually going to be able to, once per turn, if your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon one Memento monster from your hand or grave. So you can usually use Nether Dragon's effect to bring out Fairy Witch during your opponent's turn, and then you can just kind of build on that combo, establish a bit of a line just pretty easily during your opponent's turn, and of course you have Mace though as the interaction. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.